Hello and welcome. I'm your host Elizibar. Yeah, Harley Quinn 30th anniversary special number one. I don't know why they still insist on putting numbers when it's a one shot. Like that seems kind of silly to me. Just you could just call it the Harley Quinn 30th anniversary special and just be done with it, you know? But I don't get to make those calls. Great cover by and boy, I know I'm gonna butcher his name, and I apologize to him and everybody from his region of the world. I think it's Stepan Sejic. Anyway, great variant cover by him. He's got a story in here. That is pretty much the reason I bought this book. And then I was pleasantly surprised. We open up with a story from Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor, and we get to see Alfred and Harley team up to defend Wayne Manor. It's a goofy story. I'm not gonna lie, but it was a fun kind of goofy. And just watching Alfred be a bad dude, you know, boom, thumbs up. Yeah, that whole awkward motion there was just to give you a thumbs up because I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. This is an anthology book. There's a lot of stories in here. Some of them with some pretty cool art. I like this story, for example. Some of them with some not so good art. But the big one is, you know, this whole Stepan Sejic story in here, which really just feels like a continuation of his Harleen book, his Harleen miniseries, where I own all three issues in their big, format floppy, and I also own the trade paper, not trade paper, the hardback with the acetate cover. Really great stuff. It's really fantastic. If you're like 18, you know, and you haven't read it, you should probably go read it. It's like the best Harley Quinzel stuff you'll find anywhere. And the stuff going on in this story, pretty much the same. I'm not going to show you all of it, but I can just tell you, like, this is just a continuation of the material in that book, and it is A plus, world class. This had been the only good thing in this entire book. I would have been happy with my purchase. Fortunately, it wasn't the only good thing. Like I said, I like that Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti story. Uh, who knew? Who knew that I needed like a Harley Quinn team up with Alfred the Butler? But I did. I did need that, and I got it, much to my surprise, and it was great. This story goes into like some deep psychological stuff, and it's a little out of place in this book, actually, to be honest, because it's way more serious than pretty much everything else in the book. I say pretty much everything else because there is a story that's from the criminal sanity black label stuff that's in here, and that's also a very serious kind of thing. That was actually pretty good. This story here of just throwing a party though was like surprise one of my faves. Like I read this and I was just like, oh man, this is crazy. And then it just kept getting crazier because Wonder Woman shows up, Batgirl shows up, Gagglesworth, the Joker's first sidekick, shows up. Like it's just a mess and it's awesome. And I do recommend it. It was fun. And there's a lot of other stuff in this book. Well, maybe not a lot, but there's quite a bit of other stuff going on in this book. Some of it's good, some of it's not. It's an anthology. It's kind of all over the place. But I came here expecting one thing, and I got that one thing. And then on top of that, I got some other stuff. That other stuff turned out to be pretty fun. Like the criminal sanity thing, I thought was kind of cool. I got like one issue of that somewhere. And just kind of revisiting that made me think, I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more of that. So I might look into buying some of that. And like I said, this party story, absolutely wild. It's got great art and a lot of really silly stuff happening in it. And because of that, it's pretty cool. And then this very last thing here, see the credits, was a surprisingly fun little thing, but it's also kind of heartbreaking. It's like the perfect way to end the book because it's got both flavors, bitter and like sweet funny. Really good stuff, great looking art. A lot of the art in this book was really great, for which I actually am kind of surprised. I am. I've seen a lot of comic books. I've seen a lot of comic book creators. I've seen a lot of comic book art over the years, and a lot of, how do I phrase this right? A good chunk of modern superhero comic book art just isn't that pleasing. I think I'll phrase it that way. And most of the art in this is fun. And even when the art isn't like really like you look at it and you go, oh man, that's like beautiful art, it still fits like the tone of the story. So contextually, the art works. And that's a pretty hard thing to pull off. So I got to give DC props. I went into this expecting to not enjoy it at all, thinking, oh man, this whole book's going to suck except for the one thing I'm here for. And I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong. Well, take care of yourselves. You have a great day, great night, great whatever you got going on. Hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye bye.